the pressure that it would put on my chest, the pressure that it would have on me, and it just seemed like it would just pull at me constantly. And it's like you get hot flashes, or you get these anxiety feelings that just kind of overtakes you or comes over your body. You start sweating. I don't know about you guys, but you get that nervous little itch or whatever, and it's like, oh my gosh, like you don't know what to do. Whew, I've been there. And I refuse to go back, so now that I know better, I do better. Hey there, Enrgy here. Today we're going to talk about communication on just on one particular level. We're talking about, are you finding it difficult to communicate with your child's other parent? And are you still feeling that the emotions, or still dealing or seeing the emotions that are still being mixed into your conversations, even though you guys are no longer together? I made this post on one of my pages on social media, and I wanted to just kind of go into it a little bit deeper and just kind of expound on my thoughts behind it. So when you separate from your child's other parent, your significant other, your ex husband, wife, whatever the case is, or just someone that you were dating, or just boyfriend, girlfriend, if once you separate from them, the emotions are going to run high, and the intensity of the emotions are going to be at a higher level than usual. First of all, breakups on their own are very difficult. But then when you add a child in the mix, it just kind of takes it to a whole nother level. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys about, a method that you could use, whether you have thought about it or not, or maybe you tried it and you didn't quite see that it would work. So maybe I could, shine some more light on it. But basically, I'll tell you about myself first. When I was going through my divorce back 14 years ago, about 14 years ago, at the very early stages of the divorce, again, like I said, things were very hectic. Things were very off the charts, just crazy. It felt like it was just a constant battle anytime that I wanted to simply communicate with my child's father or my ex-husband. And, no matter how much of the bigger person that I said I would be, this particular go round, or, next time I'll be the bigger person, for a while, I just kept failing, So it was me as well. It was both of us. I'm not the saint, or not a saint, or anything like that in this situation. So we definitely both played our parts in it. But, I failed miserably in my efforts of wanting to communicate effectively, communicate with ease, and to communicate with respect being there. So after a while of just a constant bickering, after, I would say, okay, I'll do it this time. I'm not going to get drug into it this next time, or I'll do better, on the next weekend, or whatever the case is, or on the next phone call. After I just could not do it, because I was trying to do it within my own power without knowing the how to, I said, you know what I do know is verbally communicating and verbally speaking is gotta stop. So I cut all verbal communication off, but I still left the lines of communication open just via text or email. It had to go to written communication, because verbal communication was not conducive to just simply being parents or co-parenting for our child at the time. And I wanted better. I wanted so bad to be better, but I just I couldn't at the time. I didn't know how. And I allowed my emotions, my anger, my pain, the hurt that I was feeling, the regret that I was feeling. I let all of that just constantly rise to the top and get the better of me. And so I would just be right there, putting in my 2 cents on the disagreements and the arguments that we were having back then. And so written communication was like the best thing ever for my situation at the time, because at that point I was able to take the emotions out. I was able to just get straight to the point. Let's talk about exactly what we need to talk about. Let's discuss exactly what we need to discuss and leave it at that and keep it moving. And so that definitely limited the amount of arguing, that limited the frustrations, that limited the amount of stress that would come on me or come over me anytime that phone would ring, or anytime it was the weekend of the exchange of my child. Oh my God. I hate that it had to get to that point, but I definitely learned a lot during that time frame. And it was a method that I want to share with you guys. Because you have to leave the lines of communication open, just, from, you want to do it, morally and legally and all that type of stuff. You want to be able to leave the lines of communication open, especially because there's a child involved. You just want to do it in a more effective way. So a recommendation or a suggestion from me, what helped me and what worked for me, is going to written communication. That was such an awesome move that eventually nipped a lot of the nonsense in the bud. So if you are currently experiencing this lack of communication, the lack of effective communication, if you're currently experiencing highly emotional communication between yourself and your child's other parent, contact me if you need assistance with figuring out how to improve that area. Contact me if you want to learn how to implement the written communication. Contact me if you want to just working on yourself and helping you figure out how to gain control of your emotions so you can eventually get back to speaking, getting back to the verbal communication, and just getting back to communicating with a level head and a level heart, without all of the emotions and the pains and the hurts and the regrets and the disappointments speaking for you or pushing you to respond or to react or to act out in a way that is just not good for you, not good for the other person, not good for your child, just not a good situation to be in at all. Because I've been there, I've done it. I understand that sometimes it just feels like a battle. It feels like a war, and it's tiring, it's draining, and no one should have to constantly have to go through that or deal with that, especially when you're just simply trying to take care of a situation and then go on your merry way. So again, the comment or the post that I made on my site was, are you finding it difficult to communicate with your child's other parent? Are emotions still being mixed in? So if you are a single dad or a single mom and you fit this scenario, you're going through this very thing, don't go through it by yourself. Understand that you are not out here by yourself. Understand that you are not the only one, and understand that there is a better way. Sometimes you don't know that there's a better way. Sometimes we have not seen it modeled. We haven't had examples, positive examples of how to communicate respectfully. And if you want that for yourself, or if you know someone who could benefit from that, if you know someone who's currently going through that situation and they could benefit from having me as a coach to help them through these painful moments, this painful time period of their life, because it is very painful. Like, I remember, it's just, the pressure that it would put on my chest, the pressure that it would have on me, and it just seemed like it would just pull at me constantly. And you get it's like you get hot flashes, or you get these anxiety feelings that just kind of overtakes you or comes over your body. You start sweating. I don't know about you guys, but you get that nervous little itch or whatever, and it's like, oh my gosh, like you don't know what to do. Whew, I've been there, and I refuse to go back. So now that I know better, I do better. I wish I had known better back then, but I didn't. And all I could do was just do better now, do better moving forward, because there's nothing like having peace in your mind, peace in your heart, peace in your spirit, peace in your household, period. Because that peace can then roll over and affect all the other areas in your life. And we all know that when the heart hurts, nothing else just seems to go right. Man, that heart is something serious. When you're going through a breakup or an argument or whatever, it's just like if your heart is not being taken care of, nothing else is going to be taken care of. It's like it trickles down in a negative way. So, your creativity, for me, like my creativity was, my creativity would get so depleted. I wouldn't want to do anything, wouldn't want to go anywhere, wouldn't want to talk to anyone. And it's just, it's crazy how it can affect you. It's crazy how it can just have such a hold on you. But it doesn't have to be that way. And that's what I'm here for. I want to just let you guys know it does not have to be that way any longer. So contact me, go to my website, coachnrgy.com, nrgy.com, and scroll to the bottom of my page. You'll see a button that says schedule appointment. Get on my calendar. You have the opportunity to get at least your free 30-minute consult with me. And if you don't want to work with me after that, no worries. It's okay. I can't work with everyone, and so that's fine. I totally understand that. We have to make sure that we are a good fit for each other, as well. Like our energies have to vibe, our personalities, we have to be able to work well together. And so go to my website, get on my calendar, and let's at least take step one. 2020 and this next decade is all about being intentional and forward movement. So if you've never done it before, if you've never worked with a mentor or a coach before, now's the time. You can have a better situation than what you have now. You can have a better situation than what you think you can have. And yes, I'm talking to you. Dads, yes, you as well. Y'all can have a better situation as well. Moms, of course, y'all can have a better situation as well. I'm talking to you too. No matter how involved you are in your child's life, whether it's on your own choice, by your own choice, or by the other parent's choice that's not allowing you to come in and be a parent, regardless, no worries. Let's work on you. It all starts with you first. Okay? That's where it all begins. Here and here. It's time. There's no more time to just keep staying stagnant and staying in the same place. New decade, new beginnings. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this particular message. Make sure that you hit the like button, that you follow me, subscribe to the channel, and share this message out across your pages, your social media pages, and share it with those that who you think that this can help or be helpful to. We want to make sure that we can, that we're helping our neighbors, helping our friends, and helping our family members just kind of get through get through life, so people can stop giving up. And sometimes it can be something as simple as sharing a message and letting a person know what number, what person they can contact to help them. All right, so I am your life coach, Coach Enrgy. I am here for all my single parents, single dads, single moms. Let's do this thing 2020. This is our year to move forward and to grow. Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.